I like training with the boys. I'm very selective about what boys I train with, though. Mostly because a lot of guys are, they're gonna be gentleman-like, be like, oh, I'll get that for you, or oh, you can't lift that heavy, or like, you're a girl, you can't lift as heavy as me, or do as much as me, but I can. And I don't think that they like that either, though. They have a girl showing them up in the gym. There's times where I have clients that sit down and talk to me and they just start like crying about their problems. They look at me and they go, you have this perfect body, you work out, all you do is eat right. Like, what problems do you have? You're 24, look at you. And I'm just like you just don't know what's going on in other people's lives. I had this chronic disease that takes over my entire life, but I can still do what you do. And I can probably still do better. Like with lifting, like I'm a girl and I lift a lot heavier than the average girl. And people see that. I think that you don't always know what you're capable of until you go do it. Because people can always say, oh yeah, I can do that.
Then you can't.
And then you can't.
Yeah.
Or you just don't know what it takes to do it. So, I know, it's such a roller coaster.
In 2009, I got to the United States, into a completely different country and with completely different culture, with no special knowledge of English. At some point, I felt so lost, but I got through it. During my soccer career at University of Albany, I started feeling that I'm physically stuck in one place. All my other teammates started growing bigger. At the same point, I noticed that most of my friends from Serbia started growing bigger physically as well. I thought when people look at me, they see a small little boy, and that felt so discouraging, and I felt so worthless. People didn't take me seriously at all, so I decided to change all that and prove myself and them that they're wrong about that.
What's something that happened that you didn't expect, right? Because you said you wanted to do this initially for the physical aspect, right? To get bigger.
To get bigger, to grow up as a man, to look like a man, and to be a man.
When I was like 12 or so, I would eat dinner with my parents, and I would go downstairs, I would turn on some Eminem, and I had a weight set down there, and I would work out, and then I would go upstairs, and the windows in my room, I could see my reflection at night in the windows. It was like no mirror, it wasn't mirror quality, but I could see my reflection. I could see that I got pumped up. Once I got 18, 19, got out of school and everything, I was looking at getting into the Marines. So the whole time I'm trying to get in the Marines, I'm running, trying to get my cardio up. I'm pushing weights, trying to get my weight up and everything so I'm stronger, because I knew when I got in there they beat you up and you lose a lot of size and everything in there. So I wanted to be at my biggest and strongest when I got in there, and they wouldn't take me. So the bodybuilding really started then, and I was going to a gym and I seen bodybuilders there and I got interested in it, and I started buying the magazines, and I seen books in there about encyclopedia of bodybuilding, and I would bring this book with me to work in my backpack. And on my 15-minute break, I'm just shoveling food down, getting food all over the book, reading, just hungry for knowledge. And this whole time I've just tried to fill myself with knowledge, because I knew that maybe I didn't have the best physique, but if I was the smartest trainer, I could make up for it. So I just tried to feed myself with knowledge. I don't like having someone tell me that I can't do something.
Are you actually trying?
Oh, yeah?
Come on.
How's that?
All right, ready? Give me 3 more.
That was good, yeah? You got more?
Yep.
5?
Hold them longer, all right?
Everyone has their own unique story and why they're doing it. But it always ends up that the bottom line is that we're all just crazy. For me, I'm recovering bulimic. I was bulimic for 10 years. And I kind of stepped into the gym and started eating healthily to help bring me out of that. And I've been in remission since I was 24 years old, so it's been a long time. So I'm a big advocate of weight training, especially in teenage girls, to help with body image and to prevent something like that from happening. Because when I was a kid, all the models were so skinny, and that's what you strive to be. It's just so skinny that you can't be, you can't, it's so unhealthy to even get down that low. So what's a girl to do? Girl's gonna find some kind of eating disorder to help get that way. And it was rough. It was a rough 10 years trying to find, your place or the control in your life. And I get nervous even with the contest prep with Kaylee, because I get nervous that she's gonna possibly get an unhealthy way of eating to her. I don't ever want her to go through what I went through.
Kara and I are gonna have a family. We would like to have a family. Part of being small business owners is we've sacrificed that aspect of our lives at a younger age in order to build our business and move forward in that direction.
He kind of reintroduced me to getting healthy and fit, and we worked out together, and
we're a great team because I handle the workout aspect of things. I got Kara to lift weights and strength train, ensure that she could go heavy and she won't get huge like most women think. If anything, Kara's been a great role model at the gym for all women because they want to look like Kara. And Kara works out hard with intensity. She strength trains with intensity. And the women see, oh wait, she's not enormous, she's not jacked. Maybe there is something to this, which is something I've been preaching for years. So
I feel better now, in my mid-30s than I did even in my 20s. And, a huge part of it has to do with Matt and just living this healthy life together. And this entire prep, I've cooked everything and weighed and measured everything, and we just make a good team. So, he coaches me up on, what I should or shouldn't be eating, and then I grocery shop and I prepare all the food for us.
We weigh and measure all of our food intake. And so the other day I freaked out at Kara because she didn't measure the exact right amount of the almond milk she was using for my protein shake. She kind of eyeballed it, and I freaked out. I just lost my mind. And it's ridiculous because she's sitting here making this for me, and I just, I was hungry and just emotional about it and silly, and then usually it spirals into something else. So yeah.
He's like, nah, we're a week out. You can't be doing that. And I'm like, Matt, I guarantee it. Like, on my life, if you were to measure that, it would be exactly a tablespoon. Did he try that? No, he didn't figure it out. If he's fueling the fire, I'm fiery. I have an Irish temper. So I just steer clear for a little while. Feed myself, like go, do computer work upstairs, and then it's like, sorry, honey.
Kara's a hard worker, and she just has an incredible drive and an incredible work ethic, and that's what I've always been most impressed about with Kara. Kara will not stop until the job is done, and the job is done right.
He's incredibly driven, and these last 7 years have been amazing for me to see him grow and develop and take something that was nothing into something that has helped so many people at this point. I think it's been really helpful to do it with each other and be each other's motivators and supporters, and I don't know if I could have done it without Matt, because
it's easy to fall into the routine of marriage, but this is something that has mixed it up and made us realize why we're together and why we're meant to be together, and I couldn't imagine doing it with anybody else.
This whole process of 6 years bodybuilding, I've won one overall title. It's 2010 at the Europa, Connecticut. And I have yet to win the show again. But some people who say not knowing how to give up sometimes give you a life of nothing but sorrow, stress, and sadness. But I don't know. In my heart, I believe that if I work hard enough at anything I do, at the end of the day, I will succeed. I used to play football, I boxed, I did Muay Thai, I did all these martial arts and all these sports-related activities. Not once has my father been able to go see me do it. For the first time, my father was able to come to see me compete. His facial expression was priceless. To see his son to be able to stand against these other individuals. My parents always said that you're Asian, you're just built to be fast, agile, and small. You're never gonna be big. You're never gonna have those muscles. You're never gonna be that guy that everybody sees and like, oh my God, he's huge. There's no such things as being inferior to another person. You decide if you're inferior or not inferior. And it's interesting to me because I never thought my story would become that kind of story. But I have failed and failed and failed and failed and failed and failed. But I'm here. I'm still here. I'm still battling. And I'll go head to head with you. And I will make sure that my work ethics will erode your gifts that you have on me. Because you can be built better than me. You can be smarter than me. But the one thing you won't be able to do is outwork me. These people that you've just watched are the people that represent ANation. ANation is not about the glamour of it all. It's about the heart and soul of competing. Ordinary people trying to take an extraordinary road to better themselves, to be the best version of themselves at each and every corner in life.